Alright, stream looks stable. Let me share my screen on Discord.
I see it.
Cool. Let me message Discord. Maybe I can ask Eden. Because usually should be fine. One day they'll give me at community leader. I can't. I can't at anyone else. Sad. Need to ask Eden if he's still up. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Do, do.
Sweet.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Cool. Okay, let me bring things around. I like that the game, which anytime I open Summoner Wars up for, it always goes to this game, one of these first games you against Davoud, where I think you lose. That's a
Yeah.
hilarious game to always.
That was quite the game. I didn't really understand
What was happening?
any of it. Yeah. I was like, let's go as aggro as humanly possible.
What are your thoughts on? I think we see the foxes. Do we see the foxes here? No, we'll see them a bunch in the run, Nestle. Do you think they are one of the strongest factions? Do you think they are, solid A tier or lower?
I think they're really strong. I don't think they're like OP strong. I just think they're strong, and
Hmm.
it's becoming one of the ones that you have to just kind of play their game rather than being able to play your game type of game.
I see. Is your
So yeah.
strategy usually least departs possible, or do you just go full in aggro, depart, depart, depart?
No, I mean it depends what you're playing, but I, as little as possible, even when you're going aggro, because if you do, he's just gonna be able to put stuff in front of him and hit you hard. Yeah, I'm much more of a Beckett guy. I've been playing a lot of them, and they're really fun.
Yeah, Vekit are. I've been climbing the ladder with them. They're very fun.
Yeah,
Just their burst potential. I think the what helped me a lot was just the. I haven't seen your games yet, but when just Nestle, you always, no matter what, go to 8 magic, or 9 magic, and then even if you don't have it, just the threat of it.
yeah. I mean, it's like Torden type of vibe, except it's stronger than Torden. It's just like less health and stuff, and less survivability. But yeah, that plus a plunge is like pretty hard to play against. I just had one game where I was going against fungal dwarves, and I was able to plunge Waitui up there, and it just killed like everything.
Wow. Latui is incredible. Do you ever? The one which I never use is the healing one. But I feel like in certain matchups, like Crimson Order, it's probably really good. Um,
I use it every once in a while. You know me, I'm trying weird champions and stuff, so
true,
I
true,
want
true.
to see it work and do some cool stuff.
All right. Um, to get into this matchup, um, so it's Bookish versus PurseWarden. Should be really fun. Bookish, I think, is I mean, I think they might have been around for longer, but I remember seeing them first in the summer of 2024 Plat Hat tournament where they made the final group. I think also in the winter they've done also. So a really good player. Really known for
Mm,
their Wayfarers, I think, is the or at least they submit a
yeah,
lot of Wayfarers replays. They always are. They've been rank one a few times, I think. Um,
definitely what I know them for the most is Wayfarers.
mm, And then PurseWarden, who great player. I think, like I said yesterday, I think he's one of the first people, at least in official matches or tournament matches, to use MagCog, Recombinate. Also, just very creative player in general. Been around for a bit, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah, around for a while.
But
Yeah, both these guys are obviously super good, super talented players.
yep, to make it this far.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, just so the first matchup, Bookish has Shadow Elves, Frogs, and Filth versus Purse's Vanguards, Tree, and the Fae. So now, if you're a Bookish, you're probably super happy to see what PurseWarden has.
It's a rough grouping there. I would have gone Tree out of all those, but I could see how none of them are really great choices.
Yeah, I think Tree makes the most sense. Maybe Purse also just didn't want to, if they made the finals, be left with like two of his 9 leftover factions are Wayfarer. I guess hopefully they're not grouped together again. That's just rough. Um,
Yeah.
what are you afraid of here? I guess you're really afraid of. I think Filth is actually not the scariest if you go Tree. I think it's one of the only good match or one of the few good matchups into Filth is Tree. But
Those are the release pairs, so played a lot of that matchup
mm,
and just they can get the ping damage down on the tree and do a lot of stuff. They're still definitely threatening, but yeah, I think any of those are good matchups into the tree too. Shadow Elves,
yeah.
Groaks, just playing away, keeping the reach, which is tree's big weakness.
Mm-mm. That'd be interesting to ask Purse. See if they're in chat. I don't think so right now. But yeah, we can ask them afterwards why they
Yeah.
chose Vanguards out of the 3. And then Bookish, I guess just you can pick whatever here and probably are fine. Maybe yeah, I guess Groaks are a little bit of the weaker of the 3, but Shadow
Yeah.
Elves, Filthy can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a good choice for Bookish here. We'll see how it plays out. It definitely seems like it's filth favored, but you never know with good players.
true, true. Yep, 2 of the best. All right, let's see. You expecting this to be long or short or okay? It's a medium-sized game. It looks like.
Yeah, I was gonna say medium. That favors the filth if it's medium.
True, true.
That's-
Bookish, lots of medals. All right, uh, let's get started. So I was able to get Tentacle in front of the gate. That's always the most annoying thing about turn 1 filth.
Mhm.
Trying to dislodge this Tentacle mutant.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Ooh, and even gets the 2. Looking like a good start. Do you keep Abomination here, you think? As a Bookish?
Um, would we ending at 3 right now? Yeah, I would have discarded the winged and anointed and get to 5 and keep it, but
Hmm.
since I didn't discard anything, they're just playing it slower.
Yeah, I guess it could be that it's people are so like think vanguards are so auto win that they don't might mis underestimate them. Let's say it that way. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I'm 100% right either, right?
mm, yep, yep.
But that's just what I would do. Winged is also good in this, so it makes sense to keep it.
Hmm.
Blocking that gate spot is nice. Threatening Sarah is nice.
It's a nice position for Demigod. Everything is in range.
Mm-hmm.
Paladin should live. Yeah. And then what did Purse end up with? It's interesting to use Guardian Spirits there. I guess just to get the hand flowing, make sure he doesn't kill both. But
Yeah,
you're basically only saving 1 unit. Yeah.
just keeping one basically is it.
Hmm. Nice to
We'll
use
see.
Renewed Hope. Potentially getting back 2 gate spots if they roll well, or yeah.
I assume engage a knight is gonna go right next to Demagogue, maybe 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. 6 magic. Actually, in a nice position. Ooh.
Oof. That does mean that he's really reluctant to move away. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the classic Phoenix Elves move right there.
True, true. It's so satisfying, especially when you have the +1 damage, right? So it's 4 damage total if you move away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it's Divine Ret or not,
All right.
Spirit of the Phoenix.
Good face, yeah.
Yep, and he's doing the hard thing, which is you just have to walk away. Sometimes.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, you're at 9, so you are probably not going to get bursted. But yeah,
Yeah,
it still looks
let's see.
like a decent position.
Yeah, looking decent for Vanguards.
Hmm. Or the best you can hope for, I guess, given this matchup. Sarah's rolling well, which is great. Great to see.
Yeah, even nullifying the Tentacle's ability to hit Sarah
Mm.
with that out there.
Yeah, these 2 knights.
Let's see here.
Ooh, okay.
Going for the 3 for 4.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
It's always harsh. Because we're going to see
Yep,
a horror, yeah. Tragic.
Horror is very good again in this matchup.
Yep. Seems like the go-to card. It's probably a horror beast matchup. Then Spew's nice here also. Interesting you don't go
Mm-hmm.
to engage range. I guess you want to just damage on Sarah. Get her out of there.
Well, you can hit now. You can hit Sarah.
Mm-mm.
Yep, double hitter.
Oh, the tentacle.
Look at that Archer with 0 attack.
Archer, the best
Uh,
common.
yeah, that is brutal.
Oh, we got Colleen, nice.
Colleen is forward.
Hmm.
We'll see. This hand doesn't look too good for the filth, but can always get a mutant in there, do something. Yeah, 1.
These
Better than
archers.
1.
I mean, the archer did his job, right? Well, you can't ask more for it. More of it.
Right now it's just discarding earlier than normal, and that's the only thing it's doing.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. So we're down to 6, getting a little scary.
Yeah.
Especially because there's been no, let me know if I'm wrong, but there's been no volatiles used. There's still double volatile.
Yeah.
And winged
Shield
is in
the
the
hopeful.
pool. That's scary.
Discarded both shields the whole hopefuls.
Hmm. Makes sense. It looks like there's a bunch of just mutants on.
Holy Judgment. Get that archer up to 1.
Painful. Now these Spew's gonna turn to potentially something else next turn. But if everything's low, then you can't change them all.
Yeah, right?
Valana,
Come on.
sad.
Come on.
Oh, gets it.
Yes.
Gets it.
All you archer, good job. All right, Zeal. Yeah.
Are we gonna see winged double attack? Oh, this
Yeah.
wing took this knight MVP.
They're like, we don't care about taking damage. We're about to die anyway.
Exactly. Assuming a volatile into horror? Yeah.
Yeah.
And bursting here. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
And still
bursting
another
is.
volatile.
Wow. Citadel Archer is jealous.
I guess in good news, the Holy Judgment lasts another turn.
Oh, yeah. You got your knight actually being at normal attack.
Yep. Horror mutant. Get attack on Demigod.
Nice. It's a good punish.
Mm-hmm.
Good result for the turn.
Agreed. The knight is also, like you were pointing out earlier, blocking winged mutant plays.
Yeah. Horror is like the weird mutant version of the Citadel Knight, where it's you can attack Demagogue here, but you're just gonna be weak.
Yeah, that's a great point, especially when your judgment ends. Has Colleen been doing work? I haven't been keeping track. I know they've had like at least two, but none of those like two special rolls I always see against myself. The shields just preventing me from doing any damage.
Oh, holy judgment back. I think it was just two, like you're talking about.
Well, this is dangerous. Do they get it?
Yeah.
Do they have another paladin?
I got a holy judgment, or the renewed hope. I mean.
Renewed hope, yeah. Oh, they do have the paladin. But then horror
Whoa.
reduce it. This is big. Oh, gets the 6 for 6.
Very
Let's
nice.
go, Vanguards.
I've never seen that with the Vanguards before.
Let's go. Let's go. Arguably the strongest faction taken down by the weakest.
The purse. It was all the archer.
Exactly. Archer MVP slowly chipping away at the horror.
That was awesome. I would be like stressing that Colleen would somehow block that. Attack. Oh my god, that is awesome. This is exactly what Turtle Panic is all about. Or Turtle Surprise, I mean.
Let's go. Nerf Vanguards. We're seeing a bunch of Nerf Vanguards in chat right now. True.
Archer should be at 0
Archer should be at 0. Colleen should just be a 3/8. No ability. Yep.
Yeah. Archers are basically already OP, so we should just get them out of
there. True.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, fun matchup. So Purse up 1-0. On to game 2. Bookish has Fallen Kingdom, Forged, Savannah Elves versus PurseWardens, Wayfarers, Skyspear Avians, and Groaks. What are you thinking here as Bookish? What would you go, Bean?
Well, if I were Bookish, I'd be looking at those and thinking, like, I guess it's tough because it's like one aggro, one can go either way, and one defensive. And so, like, you just have to maybe pick the most versatile out of all of those, or just maybe what he's comfortable with, because I feel like Savannah Elves is probably what I would pick, just because it can do a lot and threaten a lot either way. But Forged is, I assume, what's more comfortable for him.
Yeah, I never have seen Bookish play Savannah Elves. I'm sure they're good at it, but like you said, maybe they seem like they're not like as aggressive as G-Man, but they definitely are on the more towards the aggressive scale of things. I guess similar to you, Bean. I think Bookish's playstyle is kind of like so Forge makes sense.
Any Wayfarer main is gonna be like that for sure.
True. And then on Purse's side, what do you think? What are you thinking about?
I think it's just like choose your own adventure here, because neither of these ones. I mean, unless Bookish went Fallen Kingdom, you don't really have. I guess they all are like threatening factions that you're going against, and so you just got to think like, do I want to be the one to fight back, or do I want to just like weather the storm? And I think Purse, just knowing him, is more of an aggressive player than that. So Wayfarers, like to me, I'm always trying to think about counters and what to play, but a lot of people just pick like what are we more comfortable with too, and that kind of stuff too. So
yeah,
because anything's viable against anything. So
That's
like
a great
at
point.
least somewhat. But yeah, this Forged versus Wayfarers is a great matchup and can definitely like Forge has the tools to stay back and just hang with it, or can go forward and try and bring the pressure that way.
Hmm. Who would you rather be in this matchup? Do you think it's just 50-50, or do you think it's slightly favored for Forged?
No, I think I would rather be the Wayfarers,
Hmm.
just because they have so many tools to get to the inventor. But and there's only 10 health on them, but it's certainly not a uh, like lost one way or the other. I just think personally, I think it's easier to be the Wayfarers in this matchup, and Forged, you have to completely change the way you normally play. That's how I would take it, at least. Maybe not other people would just go forward and try and pressure him that way.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay, cool. Let's see how they play it. It's always scary choosing someone who's well known for a faction like Wayfarers against Bookish, just like it is Tundra Orcs against Nestle, or Mount
Yeah,
Vargath into Bean, or Shadows into Vexer.
yeah.
Looks like a shorter one as we'd expect from these two matchups. Um,
Interesting. Okay.
Double
So Purse
modular.
won.
Go on.
Yep. Purse won the first one, so a lot of pressure on Bookish here to
To do it,
come
yeah.
back.
To get his shit together. No, I'm kidding. Hey, you can actually turn one to get damage on Celeste. I don't even know. Can you? No, Madcog's not close enough. Never mind. Mind. All right, Wayfarers go first. Trying to make sure the Dancer or the Madcog dies. Okay, interesting. And some early damage on Embercog. But Celeste might take some. Oh, that was a visual bug.
That's
I was like, where'd the Dancer go? Hoping for a 5 for 5 or a 4 for 5, so the Embercog can't.
There we go. This is already looking a little exposing of the inventor.
Yep. Early modular on the 10 health. Makes sense. There's no Madcog out there. And also, Madcog modular is probably not the best in this matchup because, like you said, Wayfarers have so many tools to get within formations.
Yeah. I'm actually playing this matchup right now. I just had a game that just started, and yeah, 10 health is where I put modular 2.
Mm,
That's what I would do.
keep Sprocket? No, sad. No Sprocket this game. Early Baldo. Looks like double attack on the. Baldo goes definitely
Wow.
back. I'm assuming back corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes Celeste weaker, though.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting not going for the inventor there. Could have been done. Probably the best, probably for the best, though.
Probably afraid of Baldo just getting completely destroyed the turn afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Jeez. Just
Double
lots of structures out here. Nice.
modular
Muddy it up.
gate. It's just a fortress. Build your fortress.
Yeah.
Able to use the 1 health Madcog with the. So both modulars are gone, but they're on good targets, both the gates. And the nice thing is that the formation is a little bit above where the Wayfarers wants to be. So Celeste is probably not going to get too much magic.
Here we go. Here's inventor hits.
Inventor getting hit. Baldo. Oh, nice.
About to surround the inventor.
Yep.
Not the worst thing though with these ember cogs where they are.
Cool. How do we. Scary thing here is. Okay, that's a really nice play. So you're going to get hit twice on Celeste. I'm assuming they have the other slip by somewhere. Funny, Inventor's like going towards the Wayfarer
Yeah.
side of things. We get the coolant on the Magcog. Okay.
Ember cog.
Embercog, sorry. Um,
This is very narrow to be. Inventor can't move at all unless that. Big.
Yeah, that's a big 2 for 2. And get some damage on Celeste, so is able to get the perfect dice to have the attacks to hit Celeste. So nice.
Nice rogue.
Yeah, perfect rogue positioning. Also able to block this square where Venter could be building.
Yeah. Celeste is way down though.
Yep, yep. Scary, especially because Inventor can summon something,
Oof.
probably a Sentry Cog. Ooh, there's a chance for a kill next turn, actually. With Ember Cog, Sentry, 4 for 4 ranged kill. Decides not to go for it, looks like. Or it can still go
No.
for it, I think it's a 2 for 2.
You're just gonna go 6 for 6, I think.
Mm.
Or 4 for 6.
Oh yeah, because it can go back. Makes sense, makes sense.
Oh, maybe not.
Huh.
Oh, going
I
up
see, I
that
see for the
way.
surround.
No.
Smart. Very smart. Ooh, whiff.
Nope.
Whiff.
Very tough though.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. I don't know if they can get Inventor here without any slip bys.
Yeah, both supplies down.
Yep.
Hmm. I think there's also. Is there any tricks after this? No.
So it's probably some way to kill this rogue and then do something over there, but
Yeah. They do have another mag cog, so if they're able to kill the rogue, they should have a shot at Celeste. Oh, don't go for the gate. The gate is. If that gate dies, it's not good for you.
just walk up.
Well,
Do this.
oh, true, true, true. That's what they were trying to go for the gate. That makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
All
GG's.
right.
1-1.
Very different than what I was saying to do, which is he actually was going for it. Made it super muddied, and that was awesome.
That was really cool. It was a short game, but it was very definitely one of the more like in terms of positionally, one of the more complicated ones. Like look at this, just a giant fortress clogged up by Wayfarers units.
Yeah. Nice. I like how we did the classic forged forget about gates can summon things. That's their number one tool that is a common forgetting.
Purse is in
Nice.
chat. Hey, Purse.
Hey, Purse. Great
Um,
venue.
Galactic Cosmos called to just summon the Ember. Yeah, this is. We both should be fired. Take over the stream, Astro. I can't. We both missed just the summon because with Forge you're always looking at the inventor, right? Not the gates.
Yeah. It's a common mistake. Right. So we got 1-1.
1-1.
This right here, this matchup. Well, I mean, we could talk about what we would pick and stuff, which I'm kind of surprised Purse didn't pick Mount Vargath. Isn't that one of your favorites, Purse?
Mm-mm.
At
Maybe.
least that surround was actually just me panicking because I didn't like my draws and they were flooding the board early. Yeah. I mean, that's probably what you have to do as Wayfarers is just go for it and make it as tough for them as possible.
Yeah, you must have a. They probably because they probably had a double slip by hand, which is always can be difficult to deal with if you don't have the
Yeah.
board state.
Those Ember Cogs, though, even though it was so muddied, it was like you still could hit everything they wanted to.
Mm. Yeah, the Ember Cog's doing work. Um, he says that the Cloaks matchup, he didn't like the Mount Vargath because of the Cloaks matchup.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
this match
let's start on.
is what knocked me out of the Gen Con tourney last year of Wayfarers and Savannah Elves. it's not like playing against Savannah Elves. You don't see it a ton in the app, really, for me at least, and they can just be really tough to go against sometimes. For Wayfarers, I like was just losing every single trade and had no chance.
Hmm. Yeah, it feels like whoever goes first is a giant advantage because they both love going first and hate going second. Though
Yeah, that
maybe
that was a fact.
Wayfarers going. Sorry.
That's just definitely true.
Mm-mm. I guess Wayfarers going second maybe not as punishing as other factions, just because Savannah Elves need a little bit of time to ramp up. But Savannah Elves definitely want to go first. I feel like. Um,
Yeah.
Purse, we were interested to why you picked Vanguards out of Fey, Vanguards, and Tree, because I think we both were thinking that Tree might be the best bet, though Tree into Shadow Elves and yeah, Grokes might not be the most comfortable. Or we can wait.
Yeah. Vanguards does give just a nice, like, what Kowloon always says about the filth, where they're just very melee focused, is true, and so VG is good at that as well.
Mm, yeah, that's what they're saying. VG, yeah, VG. I've seen VG do very well into SH also. Um, I think Ben lost a few games to Vanguards as Shadow Elves. Or maybe he beat. I forget. Yeah. Um, during the Plat Hat tournament.
Yeah.
It sound the cool thing was Knights were doing work for you because like people point out, Filth are very assassination heavy, and Knights are they don't allow for any type of flying mutant shenanigans, and you had a good positioning that way to prevent that from happening more than a turn.
Even still, they got get down to 3.
True, true. It'd be cool to
That's just a
see. So go on.
great finish. I mean, that's something that I'm never really thinking of, is killing my own units with Vanguards.
Yeah, no, agreed. That was a sick play by Purse. Very cool. Yeah, both renewed hopes were like using crazy, like very nice positions. One to reclaim the gate spots and get some damage on Demigog. The second one to for the win. All
Totally.
right, should we watch the game?
Let's do it.
Or I guess do you want to first go over? We didn't go over what you would choose as both. I guess you said as Purse. You're surprised they didn't choose Mount Vargath as a Bookish. I mean, it's their favorite faction, and this is the semifinal, so it makes sense. We don't even need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Going to the
I,
finals, tiebreaker.
I think all of those are good in all of those, so just pick your favorite, and
Mm-mm.
that's the move.
And go for it. How's CG into
No,
EC? Is that
yeah, it's fine.
fine? Okay.
Because EC can, I mean, it's pretty fair. They can do a lot of ping damage against the goblins and get rid of them all, but also you don't want to be exposing against the cave goblins that much, so it's tough. Tough
Mm.
both ways.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, Purse has the
Let's
most interesting. Did you before we get into this game? You see Purse's bands? They're pretty funny. Like they're so different than anyone else's. Let me go signups.
a band FK, not enough reps to play them, correct. Dark Tomy Way, SG, don't like playing Azure against CG, draw dependency, too squishy, and PD. That was probably a mistake. I seem to actually be okay with PD, and they would have been a damn sight better than me.
Then stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you're
Yeah,
the only person.
I'm
Oh, sorry, go on.
not. I like the thought of just banning the ones you're bad at, because that's what I did too. Of like Swamp Orcs, I know are really good, but I'm just horrible with them. So
Mm,
like, why, why use them? Why have them as an option? I would never choose them. Same with like
good point.
SG or Purse, is like if you're not good with them, then it doesn't matter how strong they are at a peak. It just doesn't matter.
And then I like you've banned vampires like me. You don't want to deal with those 30 turn games as,
Yeah.
as
Well,
vampires.
I'm okay playing with them, but I'm like I don't like playing against them, so I don't want to put that on someone else.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
I will practice what I preach.
An honest man. I see, Bean. I see. Yeah, I think the Fae. I think if it was like one-on-ones where like you saw what your opponent did and then you could choose, I think Fae would be viable. But it's very hard to pick Fae when you don't know which one of the three. Because usually like either three out of three or two out of the three of the matchups you're against are bad for Fae. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sometimes you're just kind of dead on arrival. Like if they go first and set up a bunch of gates and units, like how do you get up there?
exactly. Just done. Just done.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's get into the game. Um,
Savannah's
so
going first. This is scary.
Purse goes first. That's a great sign. I think this is probably also the most even way this matchup can be played. Otherwise, I think if Wayfarers go first, kill the lion, it might just be really hard for Savannah Elves.
Oof. All right, this is giving me a little PTSD.
From Gen Con. That's hilarious.
The multiple gates set up. You just got to
Blocking
get in
it.
there. I mean, this is a good hand for it. So
Nice first turn. Ooh, even get
oh
some
yeah,
early damage on Abu. Crazy first turn. Ah, whiff.
come on.
Adventure not
Sorry,
doing its
folks.
job.
I'm rooting for the Wayfarers here just because of my own history of this.
Hey, there could be. Oh, no. That's a crazy first
Also,
turn. Sorry, go on. Let me
also
pause.
just watching games when you do it from a certain perspective, it's like natural for me to just root for that perspective.
I see what you're saying, yeah, because you see their hand.
Yeah, you're just like, whoa, that's me, right?
No, that was a crazy first turn by Bookish. Like, had a chance, most likely was going to kill the lion, get damage on Abu, and then a 4 out of 4 chance to kill the archer. Just a nuts turn 1.
Yeah, no kills though,
No kills.
no magic, which was this can be an issue in this game with so much bulk on the Savannah Elf side.
Mm. Purse has a nice response, though. Um, should be able to kill everything here, and then even uh, get damage on the archer, or kill the archer. So very nice response, especially like you said with one magic. If they're able to kill this Voyager, um,
Yeah,
which it looks like they will, Bookish's next turn is pretty bad. They can't do anything besides summon gates. Um, has a slip by though. Okay, interesting.
getting that geared up.
Attack the
I like
gate.
it, just kind of not going straight into the maw of the beast.
Yeah, not playing their game. And here as Purse, you're probably chilling. Um,
Yeah,
one slip by has been used, but yeah, you had 5 magic. Yeah, you're chilling here as
great spot for the waypoint.
Oh, we get a double dancer play. You rarely see these double footwork.
Woo! Just a little handoff.
That's a great analogy for it. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Ah,
But then it's
yes. Let's go.
so it's like 3 attacks kills one thing as Vanos. That's kind of the
That's
tough.
the one. Ooh, this Chant of Grow. This is a sick, almost perfect. Or anytime you get 3 units with Enchant of Weaving, it's good. Rhino's getting good value. Medikuru's up. Abu in a good position.
You're gonna steal this gate spot with the kitty.
With
I would
Medi.
assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking tricky. So we have a bunch of Voyagers. Do we see
Just
Coordinate? Sorry, go on.
so much on the board.
Mm. So trying to kill the archer for some magic. Gets it. Trying to weaken this line. It's already at 5 boosts, so it can't get any more life. Um,
And get the most attack for Celeste with that too.
mm-mm-mm. True, great point. So now it's a slip by coordinate turn.
Not going for that waypoint. Guess he doesn't really care.
Yeah. I guess the waypoint is. It's a nice place. It's a nice outpost for, I guess, a
Rogue.
bandit. Yeah.
Still haven't seen any of them.
Yep. They're able to get it now. This archer has not been rolling well. It has whiffed a few times. It's been just. I think it's had, like, what, 4 attacks on this gate? The
Yeah.
rhino's done more damage to it.
You had MIDI going out there, spending that magic to go over it. Oof. Okay.
Is that a good? Are
Could
you
be.
happy there, or are you sad that you killed the gate?
A little of both, I think. There's a world where you could be hit super hard in return, but doesn't look like it here.
Yep. Will this archer fail again? Let's see. You have 1 job, archer. Okay, it does its job.
Oof. If you had Gusto and a Rogue here, this could be very, very dangerous.
For Abu, yeah.
But I guess also you couldn't do a slip by and Gusto with this magic.
Mm-mm-mm. So what can you do here? Adventurer. Yeah, you can only do 6 dice or 7 dice to Abu. Okay, we're getting the coordinate slip by. Okay, we're gonna get the double attack on. This is a lot of dice.
Yeah.
A lot of dice. It's gonna be 11 dice on Abu here. Let's see. Ooh, okay. This looks over.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, I've seen these whiff.
There it
GG's.
is. Nice.
Interesting. Just one. That's how tricky Wayfarers are. I think just literally one mistake um, by Purse. I'm not sure what your hand was like, Purse, but I guess this turn with the waypoint. But it's hard to predict that they have this much range to attack Abu. Because ideally you'd want a unit basically in front of Abu here, or a gate. I'm not sure if you
I
had
do
the.
think
Go on.
there was a turn with a Rhino here.
Hmm.
Well, the turn that was right before this, because this is where it ended up. But where he could have hit this waypoint.
Here.
And that's
Hmm.
where that's where my brain always goes to just kind of hit those because they're really threatening.
Hmm.
But I get wanting to kill all the stuff that he wanted to kill, so there's that too. And 2 for 2 melee when you don't hit it is brutal.
Mm-mm-mm.
So it's tough.
Yeah, it's a great game though. I think all around very solid by both players. I think this was kind of the last hurrah, like Perse is pointing out in chat. I think even with Seek for Horizon, you probably were pretty ahead that matchup. Um, just because you like all these beefy units are up to 5 magic. Like Bean was pointing out, basically the commons of Wayfarers can't compete with the commons of the Savannah Elves. Um, but you played really solidly. I think just like 1 mistake or 2 mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, Wayfarers, all they need is a little crack to get
Yep.
in there.
Yep. Just Wayfarers things.
Just Wayfarers. Nice.
Look away for lively game. Suddenly Wayfarers was in for the win. Yeah, the Wayfarers things.
Well, speaking of Wayfarers and speaking of Live League,
You want to do it?
I mean, somebody won the Live League with some Wayfarers.
2 times? Is it back to back or is it just 2 time split with 1
Sandwich.
sandwich? Damn.
A ciabatta in between.
Is the bean coming back? Or are you gonna update it a little bit? Bean with a monocle?
Open it up, you can see.
Okay. Oh, it's a bean with a hoodie. Let's go. Maybe I can
With a hoodie.
Beanie bean bean. Beanie bean bean. Beanie bean bean. How can I show this on stream? Maybe I can take a picture. That's probably the best way. Let me take a snapshot. This is amazing.
There's a lot of discussion with Eden about the best possible
This
emoji, and I think we came to a really good one here.
one's nice. Guys, welcome to your new emoji.
Woo!
Let's go! Let's go! Bean sandwich emoji? Yep. What are you gonna do when you three-peat like Jordan? You're gonna...
I don't know. Well, it wouldn't be a three-peat.
Oh, true. So what were...
Um,
Oh, go on.
Give me a sec your chairs. I got to deal with something real quick.
No worries. We gotta put your questions in chat for Bean when he comes back. Such as, are Wayfarers the best faction in Live League? What is... Give me your questions. Let me also open up the... I can take this thing off quickly. I think Bean will come back and we'll watch maybe a few games of Live League. His road to the championship. So what were the final standings? See, this shows you. There's an argument here for Live League being tougher than Summoner Wars League. Massimo, back-to-back champion in Summoner Wars League. Can't get it done in D1. Sadness. I mean, to be fair, he's also picking crazy factions. I think he picks, like, his factions have been, like, Polar Dwarves, Breakers, and Fungal Dwarves. Like, I'm not sure why he chooses the hardest ones. I know Breakers is his favorite faction, but still, it seems kind of hard to play in a live setting. Being undefeated this season, my god. 4-0 against very hard. Redacted Baggins, Massimo, Chibata, Shoots. Damn. Second place goes to Chibata with the Polar Dwarves. Shoots in third place, Massimo in third, and Redacted Baggins in last place. Being giving that extreme 2000s energy, true. Yeah, we have the Bean versus Shoots game. I think it's on YouTube also. That's a fun one. I highly recommend watching that one. That's one of the funner it's a great stream. I think we have who were the two commentators that time? I think it was it was Eden no, it's not Eden. It was the two playtesters. It was no, was it that? No, I'm thinking about different games. I've cast too many games. Too many games. Who was casting that game? But anyways, fun game. Oh, Bean versus Shoots with with Astro. Yeah, by me and Astro. That was great. Astro, you were in that game. Astro was literally a commentator of that game. That's hilarious. Astro forgot about it.
Come on. All right, what did I miss here?
You have some questions. Astro asks, why this is pinned? Too much power in my hands. Unpin. Astro asks, what's your favorite type of bean? Is it a jelly bean? Is it a lima bean? Is it a butter bean?
Definitely not jelly bean. What? Probably black bean. It's the one I definitely eat the most.
Okay, cool. Any other
Coffee
questions?
bean, actually, probably. Indirectly.
Astro's been exposed. What's your favorite bean dish?
We make some sweet potato tacos that have
Ooh.
like black beans and onions with them and stuff. That's really good.
Eden already knows.
Eden knows all the stuff. Eden, the eater of the breakfast beans.
Yep. How's Davoud doing? Davoud only second place. This is to tell you, like, whoever live or 3-day players cannot compete in live league.
Also, I don't know what Eden just given some preferential treatment because this is Dawood's first season ever, and he just goes straight to Division 3. What's going on? It seems like some favoritism.
Poor Davoud hasn't played in months. He gets sent straight to Division 3.
Let the man work his way up.
Just beat up some noobs. Some first-time players have to play Davoud, Captain Clutch 2000. These are some great games. Doom Song, Misty, Video James, Chill Coder, Nosy. Just immediately playing Davoud. You know, you're like, oh, yeah. You ask like your mentor, how do I beat the current tournament champion? Eden, please help me.
There's like you are not streaming in our little Discord.
Oh, sorry. Let me do it.
I've been watching on the Twitch stream, but it's not a big deal right now. Nice. But yeah, Davoud playing the Fungal Dwarves live, which is quite the experience.
Yep. Eden moving down in the ranks. So knowing Eden, he's gonna artificially inflate his standing. Somehow he's gonna end up in Division 2 next season, even though he's 5th place of Division 3. I know your tricks, Eden.
Lots of shenanigans.
Scotched egg, that's actually pretty close. This morning I had poached egg, so close. The clear rules clearly state that I'll be promoted next season. I see. Do you want to watch any of your games, Bean? Which game do you think is a fun one?
We can start with the Baggins game.
Okay, cool. So Wayfarers versus Fallen Kingdoms. Pretty explosive matchup, right? Or how does this matchup go for you?
Yeah, it's going against Fallen Kingdom always. You gotta be extra careful. Dip a toe out. Don't go fully out the door. So it'll be interesting to see from his perspective here. What do we got here?
Alrighty. So Dildo Baggins goes first.
This was a cool turn, I thought, of ignoring getting the magic and just trying
hacking.
just hacking at me.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Ooh, it doesn't roll too well, but still blocks the gate spot.
Just getting a dink. Did not attack with the cultist, or did it just not show up?
I don't think they did. You might be right. Yeah, they only have 2 attacks. I think they forgot to attack with the cultist. Probably so annoyed at the 1 for 3. This ends their turn.
Yeah. This is my favorite thing to do as Wayfarers is put a gate right in my back row. Just very concerned, and looking at his hand, I probably was right to be concerned.
Yep. Has the dream double warrior blood summon with an archer.
Yeah, you can still do it, I think, right? Yeah. No, he chose not to do it. He chose not to go for Celeste.
Yeah, would they have it? Yeah, I guess you're right. 1, 2.
Wouldn't be the strongest warrior, but yeah. Now it's just a bunch of these guys you got to deal with.
Yeah, and they're gonna be most likely boosted next turn if this hits. Yeah, nice. There's very strong board state, or Ret a little bit far back, but maybe against Wayfarers you also don't want to be too far forward with Ret unless you have a gate. Surprised this gate's over here and not the Fallen Kingdom side to side gates. I think that's pretty strong against Wayfarers.
Yeah. Another super defensive Wayfarer play having to do here.
We're having an argument in chat about who's the best mentor for Caro's effect. Astro's trying to make a strong case for himself. Eden is also. You have yeah. There's some really amazing mentors. Run, who's currently in the semifinals for TurtleSurprise, is also a mentor. I'm pretty sure. Um,
Yeah. Interesting seeing the hands here.
yeah, seeing their hand.
Tests and stuff.
All right. Doesn't.
Turn here I thought about for a long time. Because it's like, I could kill a bunch of stuff. That archer and both archers, or go for it at least.
Hmm.
And I'm just be feeding that sacrificial pyre, and I'm not guaranteed to kill either of them.
Yeah, that's a great point. I'm surprised Dildo's not pushing up Retalis, but it's a nice, very conservative Wayfarers from you.
This is like the both of us are just a little scared, I think, of going too far up, which is like one row up.
True against both these factions. You just both just staying in the back row.
David would be proud of the hidey hole. Here you go, coming up ever so slightly with the gate. Yeah, swapping up here. Slowly whittling down the defenses.
Yeah, this makes more sense for gates, I think. This gate, I think, is a little bit too far out. I think this was in their opening hand, though, maybe. That's the reason why.
Yeah. They've been holding on to that Hellforge for a long time.
The weapon.
Told me later, afterwards, that he held it like pretty much the whole game.
Celestier can only be attacked to one angle.
We're gonna see a loot ball come out.
Ooh, could be. That'd be cool. We're getting infect chains, it looks like.
Yeah, this right here is like really frustrating to deal with as Wayfarers because you only have 3 attacks. They're all beefy. Although he didn't end up having
You don't have
the
a
other one, which
carrier.
is nice.
Yeah, that'd be scary if you had the carrier. Ooh, this is a big turn.
This is the turn right here. Here we go. Slip.
Ooh.
Going all the way from the corner to
How is this possible?
the other corner.
This is amazing. How is this possible? I think yesterday we were talking about which faction, if Crimson Order get nerfed or changed, which is the next go-to faction that people are start complaining about, and I think between Spectral Conclave and Wayfarers, I think are the two most likely.
Yeah. All right, do you want to pause after that?
6 for 6. Okay, yeah, let's pause.
So 6 for 6 was very fortunate on my part, I will say. Very, like, help changes a lot for him here. And I knew he was going to hit me back. Honestly, I was getting kind of sick of just hanging back and playing, sitting back, so I just had the combo, wanted to go for it. But if you look, I played my whole hand. I got 1 magic from that. My hand right now is something like 2 champs, coordinate, an eager adventurer, and maybe a gate or something. And so I can't summon anything next turn.
With 1 magic.
I don't have slip by. I've used both my slip bys. So like if he just surrounds right here, and of course he has no way of knowing this. But if he just surrounds right here, I don't have a way to get to him at all. And what plays out, if you want to press play, is, which I think any one of us would do, is just do as much damage to Celeste as possible, and you have a chance to do it. We got the Pyre,
Got the blood summon.
Blood Summon, just the one thing, but it's enough to do that ping damage, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then killing all the rest of this stuff here. So he's thinking going all in. He's going to clear this whole side of the board, just get that warrior boosted all the way.
Yep.
And then just maximizing the absolute amount of damage here. And so he puts his Hellforge on the carrier,
That's
thinking
cool.
that it's going to die and Ret can get the attack through. So that's 4 melee.
It would be
With 1 right there. 1
That's
damage,
really nice play, yeah.
which is a perfect roll for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Ooh.
after that, not the perfect roll. Needs 6 out of 7.
No, tragic.
You
You would have won next turn with the adventurer.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't summon the adventurer. I would just have to.
Oh yeah, true. Our Celeste would have
If
killed
that
him.
carrier, if that carrier hadn't exploded, I have no way of hitting him.
Next turn.
I just have to waypoint out of there and basically hit a gate. Like that's all I could do. And so I got pretty fortunate in that game with the big hit and then the survive on that. And yeah.
That's amazing.
So props to Baggins on that one.
That was a cool final play.
Just comes down to going for it.
Because that was your first slip by, right? So he might have assumed you had a slip by or a coordinate or probably like even
No,
like any unit. Yeah.
That was my second one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Trixie Hobbits.
The resign, I mean, if I had gone whatever 1 for 6, which is possible, he could have won.
True.
Next turn.
True.
Yeah. But anyway, that was a good game, and that was like definitely that decision to go up was just like, I'm sick of this. And it's what you have to do sometimes.
The Wayfarers.
Yeah.
All right. Should we go to? You want to play another game, or you want to watch another game?
Yeah. I'd say maybe just one more. So let's do the Ciabatta one.
Sounds good. This is a harder matchup for Wayfarers, right? Polar Dwarves.
Totally, just with the big health. And I mean, going against Ciabatta always is tough because he just discards so much so aggressively at the start. He has so much magic and puts a ton of stuff on the board. And that Wayfarers have only 3 attacks as a way to do damage, so you just gotta chip away at it. You can't like clear the board against what he's about to do here.
Sounds good. All right, so Ciabatta goes first. Gets the Ice Smith to try to kill the Voyager, or potentially double attack the Dancer. I think you always go Voyager here, even if you get the 3 out of 3 or maybe not with the 4 out of 4. What do you attack here? Voyager? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think just because playing at range is what they don't want as the Polar Dwarves.
Astro says he's never won this matchup. Yeah, it seems really hard.
As Wayfarers?
Yeah, I'm assuming. I don't think Astro plays Polar Dwarves.
Yeah, it's tough. I had one game against Jexic, actually when we met in person, where I was Polar Dwarves and he was Wayfarers, and he just went so deep that I just built golems completely surrounding.
Just on his side of the
Which was
board.
a great time.
That's hilarious.
Here we go with the ram shift.
Nice ram, and then also the line formation. Oh, we're gonna get a gate block, I guess, and then you have the waypoint in the back. So, what's the argument between the waypoint behind the gate versus like in the corner somewhere? What's your thought behind that?
I just want to keep it alive.
Mm.
And if there's a chance they could range attack it and kill it, so just want to keep it using. It's definitely a tool that I want to use for as long as possible. This is tough now. He knows, like, don't want anything to cross halfway. Don't want to leave any lanes, so he's just got tons of this stuff. Thankfully, we got good old Boldo, who is so so
Slippery.
good in these defensive situations.
Yeah. Baldo seems amazing in this matchup. Especially one Ice Ram has already been used, so less likely to have another one.
Yeah. Nice, good rolls for me
Five for
there. From
five, yeah. Get Jarmund out early, which is always very nice, especially in any matchup, really. Jarmund is MVP.
Yeah, Jarmund is talk about ways to do damage without having to attack something the Wayfarers do not have.
True. Also, nicely defending it with both ice mages, not letting you get more than making you have to use abilities basically to attack Jarmund more than once.
I'm fine with that though. The Frost Mages on their own are not super threatening.
True, because they don't have any gates around them. Slip by used. Ooh, get the dice. Nice.
Yeah. So you'll see a theme here is I got some good dice. I don't remember a ton in this game of having really good dice, but that was a really good one.
When it mattered.
And the Dildo Baggins one was just very crucial.
The 6 for 6.
So here, it's like Frost Mages is blocking that gate, but like I'm not super concerned about it. It's only doing 2 melee or 2 ranged. So I'm just gonna chip away.
Oh, you get the double attack with Bola. Yeah, nice. Nolan, this is the victory stream for Bean Easley, our 2-time live league champion who played Wayfarers this season. Were you tired of losing with those really badly designed faction Polar Door? I mean, not Polar Doors. Phoenix Elves, worst faction in the game. You're like, I have.
Absolutely not. I won 75% of my games in Live League. I just happened to lose to Chapata.
With them.
No, they're a great faction.
Dragon is. I'll say Dragon is good. Dragon is good. The rest, I'm not sure. Not
They're
sure.
all good. I think Wayfarers is about as balanced as any other faction I play as. Or not Wayfarers. I meant to say
Phoenix
Phoenix Elves.
Elves. Nice use of
Yeah.
Dancer there to block Baldo.
The thing that you will probably notice from this game is that Celeste has not been at more than 3 attack this whole time. No units have crossed the half field. Celeste certainly has not.
What's
But we're
interesting,
just chilling. Just taking some swings from that golem.
just
Swing.
Celeste versus Golem. This is such a
Yep.
funny. This is like the reverse of what you'd expect these factions to look like at this stage. You have Wayfarers is like holed up on their back 2 rows, which is what Polar Dwarf's special, and Polar Dwarfs just very spread out in the middle of the
Spread
board.
out, and then it's like up in your fit grill with ranged units.
Yep. such a funny game.
Yeah.
Got the
And
coordinate.
here was another good roll for me here because I was just really trying to get Yarmund out of the way and wanted to get this golem out of the way.
So you can get 7 dice on him.
7 dice and he has 7 health.
Does it happen? Does it happen? Let's see. Oh, damn. Poor Yarmund. Got exploded.
Now all he's got is just a bunch of frost mages without a ton of structures.
He does have double parapet in hand though, but choosing to I like Chibata just always forcing a unit to attack Celestia.
Yeah, he's chipping away and he's blocking that gate spot too, so he's just making it really hard for me to summon stuff.
These frost mages are not rolling nicely. Maybe this one. Nope.
Just a little dinkage.
slowly pinging away.
Boldo has lasted this whole game, basically.
Yep. Baldo doing work. Oh, you saw the Ciabatta game in Live League where they had double Ice Mage or double Ice Smith to win the game. They rolled like 10 damage. That was crazy.
Yeah. Not a great roll for Boldo there. Cleaned up though. That's, I mean, average amount of damage. So
Yep.
I'll take that 3 for 3 range.
Yeah, because Baldo whiffed completely. The secret to winning this matchup is hitting your dice. Astro says, "Cursed be the range dice."
But it's like this is a strategy that Wayfarers can do is they can play back here, they can trade, they can handle the pressure, and Celeste hasn't been able to attack more than 3 this whole time, and it's still been completely fine.
Yep. You can always use the adventurer to take back your gate spot.
Yep, that's my plan there. These frost mages, right? They have 4 health, but they're not really threatening a lot too, because
Not too many gates.
they are. Yeah, there's just not a lot of golems out. I was able to kill them all early on, or a lot of them.
All right, this is the last hurrah. Ice Ram.
Ram shift. Here we go.
Let's see this turn.
Always tough to use the ram shift in a live game.
True. Going all in on Celeste.
There's a world. There is a world where this is able to happen.
Yep. What's the max amount of damage? 6? Yeah. Celeste to 1. Let's see it. Nice turn by Ciabatta. Definitely a good use. Potentially bringing...
Gets the nice 2 for 2 there.
Yep.
Finally gets rid of Boldo here.
Baldo done, and then this is the one. Do we get the 1 in 36? 1 in 36? Oh! No. I mean, at least they rolled a special. Can't complain with that.
I will say too, this was the most I've ever used dancers, I think, in a game.
The dancers were doing work. Protecting Baldo. You also didn't proc Seek the entire game, right?
Not so far.
I see. Spoilers. Alright, they have a bear, I think, left. Is that it? Yeah, they have a bear.
Yeah, so, and you can see how few cards he has left too. Just bear and ice. I didn't know what he had left in hand, but I figured there's something that was gonna hit me. Gotta be careful.
This is a crazy game. I mean, you're up on cards. Should be
going in the Davood hidey hole.
Bans are nice here to, because if they summon a bear here, it'd be a little bit scary. Bear would potentially do work. So Dancer's able to block the gate to prevent that.
Get them 1 for 3 there.
Alright, Ice Mage redeeming itself. Three former champions picked Polar Dwarves this season, and they came first, and second in their division. Interesting. Polar Dwarves OP in Live League.
Yeah. Not footworking. Keeping the rogue safe.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm like, alright, so he has 1 more card left in his hand. I wonder what that is.
How many cards do you have left? Do you have 7? I guess the dice.
Getting some dice here.
Gusto! Nice Gusto appearance. This adventurer is gonna do it
On a mission.
on a mission to get some cards back.
Get a little thinkage on the way. Did not get the perfect dice there. Unfortunately.
Shoot says, I figure if High Elf's gonna win Live League, anyone can. True, that's a good point. Being with the High Elf victory. That's actually pretty nutty.
Yeah. It's all Titus, I'm telling you.
Titus MVP.
Actually, very important in those games.
True. I should go back to those. I think they're not broken yet.
Here comes Adventurer.
Seek the Horizon proct.
Yeah, at this point, he messaged me and said, if you want, I can forfeit if you have something you need to do.
That's hilarious.
I said, no, let's play it out.
It's more for him, though. He's trying to be nice to you, Bean. You're like, let the torture continue.
I didn't know what he targeted yet, too. I figured he might have a champ or something.
That's
Maybe he
yes,
had one outcast. I'm always for, like, play. You never know.
Poor Chibata's like, God damn it. Maybe he's trying to time you out. He can still time you out, I guess. That's the other play here.
Rogues here are so good for getting the extra shots down the lane.
True.
Getting me that extra magic, which is nice. Rogue surviving, that was nice.
That's a good point, Nolan. ST is probably just a lot better in Live League now. You gain like multiple minutes due to not having to click all the circuit or wait for the ping damage. Sand Goblins also. Coordinate.
But yeah, this rogue was nerves of steel over here and just survived multiple attacks. And then this is it here, but yeah, it's a good game, and I just wanted to showcase like Wayfarers are pretty good, even playing from their back row. Got a lot of different stuff to do.
Well, that was a sick game. Like you said, no Seek the Horizons procced until it was basically already over at that point.
Yeah.
Great showcase. I think also the highlight for me is also the waypoint from I think turn 3 or something like that. Like the waypoint was used so well in the back row just to coordinate units to get to where they need to be.
Needed to be done, especially with PDs. Just lack of mobility a lot of the time.
Really cool strategy.
All right, and then I think I got a piece out. Not going to go into that next one, but similar game where I had to be completely on my back row, never crossed half. And breakers who were really threatening.
Oh, against Massimo? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have time, or you wanna? You said you're done.
Yeah, I got a piece out of here.
Sounds good. Have a nice Sunday, Bean. Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much. I'll see you around.
Yep. See you, Bean. All right. I think we'll go through it. Might as well, right? We're doing the Bean versus Massimo. That's a hype matchup. Breakers versus Wayfarers. Sounds just like a very explosive matchup. Breakers are such a cool faction as long as they can hit their range dice. Two great players. It's also, this is a really fun game because it's the champion of Live League versus the champion of The champion of Live League, sorry, versus the champion of SW League. Eden, I don't like how Tree has rooted income. People forget that is the only way I used to win. Wait, you're the Tree player? League versus Live, yep. Let's see it. I guess 3-day versus 45 minute. I'm so happy Massimo plays this league because I know Massimo doesn't really play too many other tournaments besides Plat Hat usually. And league. I mean, I don't blame him. He has a lot of responsibility. He does enough for the community. Let's say it that way. All right, Bean with his patented, really defensive waypoint. 3-day versus 3-minute. Should there be 3-minute Summoner Wars? You can do, I mean, SG versus SG, or sorry, not SG. CG versus CG is basically a 3-minute game, usually. That was, I remember when Ben and Bean played that. That was a great, hilarious matchup. I honestly think it should be used as a tiebreaker format. Just, 10-minute on the clock, CG versus CG. Most likely whoever goes first wins, but, so be it. Better than a coin flip. Or you could do like 5-minute. Or like, no, 2-minute CG. No, 2 minutes too low. 5-minute CG versus CG. That should be the de facto tiebreaker. Poor Voyager. Stuck within a rock and a hard place. Forced to... Can't move, but can't really do damage. A hypnotic call. That's cool. That's a cool hypnotic call. Able to get some chip damage on Celeste. These units are kind of in the middle of nowhere, though. ST versus ST would also be a fun one, true. That's a great idea, Nolan. Nolan. We're doing Bullet League. Just keep hitting the circuit button. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. The interesting thing is, does for that matchup, does recharge your, like, if your opponent has recharge during your turn, if you circuit them, is it only your lightning abilities? I'd have to read the card. Or is it your opponent lightning abilities also? Because that'd be hilarious. Like if they have recharge and you kill one of their units with circuit, they just get it back. That sounds hilarious. All right, sorry, I've been not looking at this game. We have the nice Deceiver. Look at this. This is a sick Deceiver. Poor Wayfarers. Look at this. This is the Deceiver stack. Nice play by Massimo. This looks very dangerous for Wayfarers. If I didn't know better, I'd say Wayfarers are kind of in a very hard spot here. Alright, gonna take some damage on Celeste. Good news is that most likely it's just unless there's a Wind Mage, most likely it's just a Deceiver attack with Tukulu, or it could be never mind, I forgot Wind Mage shenanigans. So Celeste's gonna take some damage this turn. Add a turn timer increment and I'm down. all events are hand cannon. How did Celeste... The range dice did not... How did... Wait. I missed how Massimo basically attacked with 6 range dice on Celeste, and she only took 1 damage. What? Or 2 damage? Range dice are... Poor Massimo. I mean, this is the breaker's experience. This is hilarious, actually. It's like a bouncy castle with deceivers. It's like a grinder. Uh, Poor Massimo. Bean getting in there. Hopefully. Ooh, and a slip by. I like it. This is actually hilarious. Oh, and whips it. What is this game? Bean is like, the way to get out of this meat grinder is to clog the meat grinder. He was so tired of these pushes and gets the dice. That's hilarious. Clogs up the meat grinder. We get a blast now. Nice. Killing the Voyager. Ooh, looks like a Kalul or maybe a Galwork. Coming up. We're getting a convert, most likely. Yeah, nice. Got some damage in Celeste. Ah! This rogue has rolled 0 for 4. This rogue, at least it's fair to both teams. It's not preferential to either Bean or Massimo. It just doesn't want to do its job. It hasn't gotten its pay. It's a 0 cost. Tired of being a 0 cost unit. Yeah. It's rebelling against both its masters. Like, neither of you guys have paid me shit. Why should I work for you? Rogue needs a hand cannon, true. Might as well, right? I like how Bean's been in this corner the entire time. So funny. But it's worked. I'm not sure how Bean is still in this game, by the way. It looks so oppressive. The Baldo might do some work here. what, what are we watching, guys? I don't even know. Well, able to kill some of these deceivers, and I think, yeah, I think this is the last deceiver in hand, most likely, because I think we've seen 4 so far. Guess a 2 for 2. Getting the Mind Witch in a slightly better position, though a little bit more exposed. Alright, we see Baldo. Double attack on Deceiver. We also see matching gates by Massimo to prevent Seek the Horizon. Alright, do we see Kalul, or just going to use the units on hand? Looks like they're just going to keep using. I mean, might as well. Guess a 2 for 2 to kill the gate. Where are we pushing? Okay, pushing Baldo to be attacked by Mind Witch. Smart. Yeah, breakers things. But Baldo slowly getting lower. And even here, I think Massimo's in a great position to win this game. 9 magic. Good board state. I guess good news for Bean is that Celeste is still at high health. Kills the Wind Mage, interesting. I think there's an argument to kill the Mind Witch instead. Just more dice, easier to hit. Or, I mean, not easier to hit, but more range dice. And they still have a... I guess they were hoping to kill both Wind Mages, would have been the thing. Would have been the idea. Nice. Alright, hitting their dice. Breaker's finally hitting their dice. Normally, Wayfarers are strong in this matchup because they can rush Breaker's board and clog it with units, not hide in the corner on their side. Hey, Astro, who is the Live League champion? Who is the Live League champion? Are you calling Bean a coward? A cowardly Wayfarers player? Alright, this is a little bit scary because, is it that scary? I guess you can convert Baldo, but Baldo's so far away. And also, Baldo did his job here. Procs Seek the Horizon. So, overall, I think worth it. 2 health at this side of the board. You can probably snipe it before it becomes a problem. We get a Geldoon. Interesting. Okay. I was convinced it would see Kalal, but chooses Geldoon. I mean, twice in a row, Bean hides in the corner. Ooh, look at this damage. Geldoon doing work here. Damn. Yeah, I'm not sure how Bean wins this, to be honest. Nah, I'm kidding, Astro. You can flame Bean. I flame Beam also. Or flame Bean also. Oh, interesting. I thought they were going to go for the Deceiver, but decides instead... Wait. I'm confused. Why not keep the Rogue over here and attack so you don't have Stupefy dice? Wants a double waypoint, I guess? I think it was a little bit of a mistake from Bean. Yeah. I'm curious why. Yeah, why not just keep the Rogue here? Huh. Interesting. But able to get some damage on Takulu. Ooh, Takulu playing pretty far up here. Dangerous. Gets the convert, I'm assuming. Yeah, nice. Then can double attack Gusto. Ooh, gets it. Nice play. This is a sick play. That said, one thing scary here is that Takulu's exposed, but can potentially clear the board here. Nice. And then protect the side of Takulu. Very nice play. That's a sick play to find, and this shows you how comfortable Massimo is in this matchup. Like, that's a really hard play to find on a 45-minute clock, especially towards the end where you don't have that much time. Like, that's a big play. Alrighty. We get the big dice on Takulu. Get the 4 for 4. This is just perfect dice. Or close to perfect dice. Nice play by Bean. What are the odds of that, actually? We should look at the dice calculator if this hits. Really nice play. Yeah. Sick play by Massimo, but it ended up leaving Takulu very exposed. And Bean was able to punish it. Because I think that was kind of their last hurrah. Because with this board, Takulu in hand, most likely, actually, you would be able to summon Takulu with the double waypoint adventurers. Huh. Nice game by both players. Let's see, what was the odds of that? So we had, was it 7 sword, and then 5 bow, I think. Yeah, 5 bow. On 9, so 69, nice. Percent chance, okay. Great play by Bean. Was able to get it. Or Takula really broadcasting this mic control, true. Yep. Either need a nerf or Bean does, true. In XCOM, that's a miss. I haven't played XCOM in so long. Fun game, though. I should replay the second one. Or maybe the first one, I don't know. But yeah, congrats to Bean. Clean sweeping Div 1. Bean, the god of 45-minute Summoner Wars. So far, how many trophies does Bean have? Bean has 2 trophies. Jexic has 2 trophies, I think, right? And then, does the Turtle have 2 trophies or only 1 trophy? Yeah. You should make a Hall of Fame, Eden. Once we get to Season 10, you can make a Hall of Fame for Live League. Could be fun. I'm happy to help. There is? Let me check out Live League forum. Where is the Hall of Fame? Why is it not pinned, Eden? Why is the Hall of Fame not pinned? Oop. All right, let's look at the Live League stats. Just because some people probably won't have the time to look at it. So Bean, grand champion. Ciabatta second place. Congrats, Shoots on third place. Tortugatron won Div 2 with Polar Dwarves. G-Man Div 3 with Forged. Yeah, I'm surprised Forged have not done better. I feel like Forged might be good in 45-minute timer. Snicket Spectral Conclave, congratulations. Dead Sans. Oh, cool that Dead Sans playing. With the Breakers, nice. Nice to see a Breakers win. Jack6 with Polar. How did Jack6 go from winning 2 championships to being in Div 6? Poor guy. But at least they're on their ways up. Should be in, I think, Div 4 or Div 3 next season. Ronald with 13 with the Vanguards. That's really cool to see Vanguards doing well. Shy Guy 4 Smash. Great name. Shy Guy 4 Smash. That's a hilarious name. With the Wayfarers doing well. Chill Coder. Nice. I think Dead is in Div 5 because he just started. Go to the stats on the spreadsheet. Okay. I will afterwards, Eden. The Hasselhoff gifts are on the info page. I'll check it in a second. Shoots the Hall of Fame. Fun facts: Wayfarers have now won Live League 3 times, proof they are the only fast, aggressive faction that succeed in Live League. But wait, on his way to the title, Bean had Celeste on his opponent's side of the board 10% of his turns. Damn, Eden. I can't believe you calculated that. That's crazy. Good commitment. The faction yet to win a Live League division are Crimson Order, Deeper Groaks, Fungal Dwarves, and Shimmersea Fae. Surprised Crimson Order did. I think Groaks will be hard just because of the nature of factions people choose. Fungal Dwarves also, I think, and Fae just suck. But I think Fungal Door, Deeper Groaks and Fungal Doors are a little bit hard to do just because you just deal with a bunch of aggressive factions. And also, I think they're 2 of the more thinky factions. In 19th century, milk transfer was the popular method of treating the sick in North America. Most parents fell into a coma and died. Great fact. I like it. All right. Hall of Fame. Let's see. Where is it? An info tab? We get a Hasselhoff gif. So Bean purposely played the corner for trivia. Astor, when are you? I guess you're really busy these days, but me too. So hopefully we can both rejoin Live League. And I'm trying to join again end of the year once I'm done with life stuff. But very happy to continue streaming them. I see none of my facts made the cut. The arrows on the right. Oh, I see. Hall of Fame. Okay, I see. Cool. Hall of Fame. So Ciabatta was the last. Oh, Ciabatta, congratulations. Bean was second. Then Bean. So Bean, Ciabatta, Bean, Tortugatron, Jexic, Shoots. Oh yeah, I forgot Shoots won season 1. Super cool. Jexic. Very cool. And nice. I think it's been a different fact. Or no, Wayfarers have won 3 times so far. But super cool to see. Yeah, Live League's so fun. I like that there's also the the evolution of Jexics. Poor Shoots. Eden, you need to have a compensatory, maybe in between seasons, allow Shoots to have a emoji Emoj. Um, just to make up for the fact that they weren't able to get one. Very cool. Division wins. Interesting. So Wayfarers by far, but closely behind by Savannah, or basically no difference really between Wayfarers, Savannah Elves, Sky Speed Ravens, and Tundra Orcs. Those kind of make sense for winning. Um, Eternal Council. So what's the worst? It seems like. Yeah, Phoenix Elves trash, as I said. Nothing new there. Crimson Order, Groaks. I guess you've seen some Polar Dwarves this time. Vanguard's actually won this year, or this time. But if we just look at the bottom half, I'm surprised Vargath are so low, and Sand Goblins. Maybe I bring back Sand Goblins when I play. I feel like I could do well with Sand Goblins on 45 minute. Though some turns are kind of hard to think of. Let's make a shoots emoji together. Crimson Order winning. Yeah, it's probably also because a lot of people are just not picking Crimson Order, right? Do we have the faction pick rates? Fungal Dwarves on the lower side. Looks like Crimson Order might be higher, actually. Where are you, Crimson Order? Yeah, Crimson Order is one of the higher ones, but hasn't won yet. Or top half. Even top third. Surprising they haven't won yet. I guess because also people are choosing more aggressive factions, so a little bit harder to play. Also, you probably time out a lot if you choose Crimson Order. Crimson Order, most played faction game, least picked and alive. For Turtle Files, everyone. Oh, cool. Exciting. For Turtle Files, everyone except the opponents and I will be unaware of the matchups and who won until Shrez streams it. That should be fun. Yeah, I'll be streaming with Vexer. Should be a great time. OP Groaks weren't picked either. True, I think everyone was too embarrassed, except for Shampoo, who had the hilarious Vanguards and then backup OP Groaks. If you choose my Vanguards, I'm gonna punish you with the best faction in the game since unnerfed Polar Dwarves. Yeah, I agree. I think Crimson Order is probably. I mean, it is high up. I think it's one of the more picked. By far, the most picked is Wayfarers, it seems. So it makes sense. Actually, it could be that Wayfarers are winning the most just because they're also one of the most picked. Forge makes sense. I feel like these are two factions you would think a lot. Sand Goblins being this high is interesting. And actually having such a low faction win rate. Probably because they're a little bit more complicated. Same thing with Shadow Elves. Vargath are pretty high. I mean, I think these all make a lot of sense. Swamp Orcs is actually surprising. Tundra Orcs makes a lot of sense. I'd expect Tundra Orcs to be. I mean, I guess this includes backup. So if we just do main factions, Tundra Orcs are pretty high. Yeah, Tundra Orcs would be up there. Crimson Order is interesting because very few people choose them as their main faction, but a ton of people choose them as their backup. So that's probably one of the reasons why. If we order just by main, I think that'd be pretty low. Cave Goblins being backup is also hilarious. Um, I like these factions, Crimson Order, Cave Goblins, where no one really chooses them as their main, but a lot of people choose them as their backup. um, oop. Yeah, it might be the highest backup. I'm trying to see if there's one looks. Yeah, it looks like the highest. Closely, or no, yeah, no. Cave Goblins and Crimson Order, so Crimson Order a little bit ahead. Also close to Wayfarers. Any surprising one? Spectral Conclave is brand new, so it makes sense. But I mean, Spectral Conclave has only been around for 2 seasons and already at 14, so I'm assuming it's gonna go high up soon. Vargath's not like a fun faction. I know Nestle's been repping them. Yeah, I think I'd either do Sand Goblins or Island Vikid. I keep saying Island Vargath. Vicked. Isle Vicked. I'll get it right. I'll get it right. Cool. Faction strength. For tiebreakers, Vanguards by far. That's hilarious. Vanguards suck. Uh, even way more than Fungal Doors. Though there's a Vanguards winner this season, so. The highest by far is Filth. Savannah Elves. Oh, I see. So you just based off a win rate. Is this 45-minute win rate or is this a 3-day win rate? Win rate Eden. Hello, sorry about that. Thanks, Eden, for letting me know. I was making fun of you and the turtle. Um, his voice is lost to the void. Uh, yeah, I was gonna say thanks for coming, guys. Excited to stream some more soon. Good luck to Run and Nestle. I'm sure these matchups look great. You're both amazing players. I hope you guys are enjoying the games, and I'll be casting those with Bean or whoever wants to. Um, and then the grand finals should be fun. Excited to see who our next winner is of the TurtleSurpise. Um, yeah. Thanks to both Tortugatron and Eden for setting up the league and also TurtleSurprise. I know it's a lot of work. But yeah, thanks for joining. Enjoy your Sundays, and I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Peace, peace. I can make fun of you to compensate.